Welcome everybody back to the channel. Again, an unboxing video. I've been a bit busy this week, but I saw this game a few weeks ago. A quick heads up from Hollandspiele, Annabelle Holland, and she was talking about new game that she designed and was due out shortly. First, a block game by Hollandspiele, but a block game with a difference. But that wasn't what attracted me to this game. What attracted me to the game was the fact that it was set in the Napoleonic era, actually more the Revolutionary Wars. So this one is 1795, the siege of Mantua. And as I said, designed by Annabelle Holland, Hollandspiele, and I'd like to just share with you, having purchased this, an unboxing. So I'm just going to get my knife and take off the plastic wrapping that we always have on these games, and share a couple of things with you. So the first thing that struck me when this turned up, literally today, was that it's a much bigger box than most of my Hollandspiele games are. I know there had been talk after the release of the Grass Crown that that was a bigger box, but Mantua is the same. It's a bigger box than the normal Hollandspiele design. So you can see there, it's ideally an hour and a half for 2 players with low solitaire suitability. But again, I probably will give this a go that way to start with. Before we open the box, let's just have a look at the back. So again, just to explain what that all says. So the game has 20 blocks, that's all. So it's not a high block density. 20 blocks, 56 counters, 3 discs, 2 dice, a doubling cube, a map sheet which is 22 by 34 inches, so a reasonably good size, an 8.5 by 11 inch battle display, and a 12-page rulebook. So again, not much in the way of rules with this game. So I'm hoping it's going to be quite straightforward to pick up and play. But ultimately, this is all about 2 armies marching to the relief of the fortress and its exhausted garrison. One from the east, one from the north, converging on an outnumbered enemy. The enemy is the army of Italy, the first field command of Napoleon Bonaparte. The 15 days that followed would make him a legend. So, this was the Arcole campaign, and the game is a game of operational manoeuvre and tactical daring. Players will move blocks on the map sheet to threaten and deceive their opponent with the object of bringing them to a decisive battle, which are then fought on the battle display with counters drawn randomly from your unit pool. The quality of the pool improves with the victory and suffers with losses and damage to your army's morale. You have to master both of these spheres if you wish to be victorious. The French player is outnumbered but has the benefit of moving along interior lines. The Austrian player can use this to their advantage, bringing superior forces to bear at weak points in the enemy line. What results is a desperate battle of wits and nerve and a novel take on the standard block game. And that was what appealed to me, really, particularly the battle display, where it's not actually the blocks that are doing the fighting, but you then have the counters which are randomly drawn, which give you the strength that those blocks represent. And it, kind of looking outside in, that made me feel that these were your core stroke divisions manoeuvring around on the greater strategic map, and then you've got your brigades, regiments, battalions behind these blocks, which are actually doing the fighting on the battle display. So a nice aspect, I think, to this game. But let's have a look and see what we've got. Now the first thing that definitely you see is these are very large blocks, and I'm going to come back to those in a moment because I'm quite excited about that. But let's get everything out first. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the rule book before we do anything, and as you would expect, a very nicely produced rule book, the typical kind of Hollandspiele quality. We've got setups on the back, and interestingly, no page numbers, but what we can see is it's very nicely laid out. Again, color schemes, very clear fonts, very easy to follow, good examples of what things mean, and you know, overall it's the usual high quality that you would expect from a Hollandspiele game there. And you know, the rules themselves look to be very small because a lot of the rule book is showing you these sort of things. So yeah, looks excellent. Artwork, and some of the credits there, very well deserved. It's a very nicely produced little booklet. So that's the booklet. We've then got 2d6 and the doubling dice. Again, looks an interesting dynamic within the game. Watching Amabel's video, it looks like this was linked, that particular element was linked to the game of backgammon. Not a game I played myself, but an interesting dynamic. And then these are the counters, which are what will do the fighting. And you know, they're very clear, concise. Yeah, they're not massively attractive, but they will do exactly what you need them to do and be very easy to read and understand when you got them on the table. And being printed by Hollandspiele stroke Blue Panther, you know, they're going to be chunky, thick counters, good long-lasting quality there. So nothing to worry about there whatsoever. That's really good. Okay, let's put those to one side. Let's have a look at these blocks. Now this is again something that appealed to me about the game. I'm going to get a blue and a red one out. Now these are big blocks, as you can probably see here. These are big blocks, so you're probably size wise, I would say, looking at 1.5 inches, maybe, square, centimetre deep. These are chunky blocks, and you'll notice that the artwork is already on. These are not stickers, these are imprinted on the blocks, so there's no stickering with this game. Everything is already imprinted, and the same for the French. So I like that a lot. You know, these blocks are chunky, they're going to be long lasting. We've got a few little green markers as well. We've got a whole bag of those. You've even got ones with the generals on here as well. So again, really nicely done. Same size blocks. So it's going to be really easy to move around on the map. And let's have a quick look at the map before, well no, actually let's have a look at the battle display first, because this is a little canvas battle display. So again, a nice touch. I do love their canvas maps. I secretly hope one might become available for this game, but we shall see. And this is where you'll do your fighting. So lots of quadrants, but again, if you look at the quality of the graphic design there, absolutely superb. So looks really interesting. And the map itself, I'm just going to make some space because I've got a feeling this is quite a big map, and I can already see it's also the usual lovely quality paper map that Hollandspiele produce. So you've got this really thick, heavy duty paper. So again, I probably would plexi this purely to lay it flat. And actually, although it's a big map, which I'll zoom out so you can see this, don't be daunted, because actually the boxes are all you're moving on the screen. So hopefully you can see that. That gives you a flavour of the map from a top-down position. So we've seen the top-down position. I just wanted to show you some of the lovely detail on this map. And although, as I say, you're playing on these quadrants, what you can see is that this has probably been taken from a historical map, and then these have been superimposed over the top, and it makes for a really visually attractive game map, as you can see again from a top-down view there. It's a good size. If they could do a canvas one of this, it would be absolutely amazing. But there's also something pretty special with these lovely paper maps, as I say, which are really nicely designed. But yeah, that's Siege of Mantua by Hollandspiele. Their first take on a block game, with some major differences, as we've seen there. The size of the blocks, the way battles are conducted with the counters, which represent perhaps the units within the corps and divisions. That's my take on it. I'm really looking forward to getting this one on the table, both just myself to have a play around with it and with some opponents, because I think it's a cracking game. So well done to Hollandspiele. I'm looking forward to getting this one on the table. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and maybe bring you a bit more on this game a bit further down the line.